Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're still watching Nile Cruise, and we're still talking about the Heritage Day and preserving the Egyptian civilization's heritage. And we want to shed more light on this topic by talking to Mrs. Yasmin Maher, the manager of programs at the CultNet Center. Thank you very much, Dr. Yasmin, for joining us today in Nile Cruise.
Thank you and welcome here in CultNet.
Thank you. Doctor, tell us more about CultNet.
CultNet is a center for documentation of cultural and natural heritage pertaining to the cultural outreach sector of the Bibliotheca Alexandrina.
Yeah.
And here in the center, we aim to document the tangible and intangible heritage in all its different aspects. Also to document the Egyptian natural heritage of protectorates and worldwide.
Yeah.
Also, we have here the projects that we conduct. It's by collaborations with several Egyptian ministries and governmental institutions. Also, we have partners locally and international entities. We are also interested in disseminating all what we are documenting so that we are also the interest of growing the awareness of Egyptian heritage. And that's why our products and our projects are in several languages, are published in several languages, whether in several channels, through websites, through CDs, DVDs, and through the Culturama programs, and so on and so on. Also
very
on
interesting.
smartphones.
Yeah. Dr. Yasmin, as we are celebrating the World Heritage Day, tell us more about this day and how do you view the importance of this day so far?
While documenting the heritage, it's very important for the new generations.
Yeah.
So they understand their heritage, they respect what their ancestors have done, and how we can make all the relations between old and new. It's how to make the old new. This is our philosophy here in CultNet.
Yeah,
it's important to present not only just, you can document, but the way of presenting your heritage should be very excited for people. So, and they have to communicate with you through programs. Here we have the cultural programs, we have specialized workshops and training also for the youth, and they understand more how to use what they learned in their universities, and also to add on with us in our work, and we appreciate what they are doing, and from here there is the dialogue between
generations.
Yes, generations, and also a dialogue with us, because we need that people understand what we do so that they can continue the documentation of their heritage too, because what we are doing today, it will be one day
continue your journey.
A heritage, a new journey, yes. We have to continue.
Yeah, Dr. Yasmin, preserving heritage is not only for monuments. We've heard that you are preserving movies, films, old stuff. Tell us more about this.
Yes, we started this project since 2006.
Okay.
With,
so 20 years ago.
Yeah, with the late Ahmed Al-Hadari, the film historian, and we really have a long way to understand the classification and how to organize our data and our phones to collect the content of this glossary. It's a glossary. We we published already 5 parts.
Mhm.
2 parts have been published before our work with Ahmed Al-Hadari,
Mhm.
but we collaborate with him
Mhm.
to make the new editions for the new ones.
Mhm.
Starting from 1896, from the beginning of shooting movies in Egypt
Mhm.
till the 1950.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
and now we have
So you're
5 books.
the first one to think about this. You were
Sorry.
the first one to think about preserving these treasures.
Um, no, there is many people who do so,
Mhm.
but maybe we have another technique and another way to
Mhm.
present the content,
Mhm.
and already we had our own collections of brochures
Mhm.
and posters from films,
Mhm.
and we are trying to have more from this stuff. It's
Yeah.
important for us, and also for the photo albums too, for
Yeah.
some movies.
Yeah. Mrs. Yasmin, tell us more about some projects by the Cult Nat Center.
Maybe the most one very famous here, it's a Culturama program,
Mhm.
because this program may give the opportunity for the audience to live in the show
Mhm.
in such a matter. It's
So it's an
let
experience.
me explain the
Yes,
show.
please.
It's in a half circular shape,
Mhm.
9 screens,
Mhm.
with one computer, one mouse, and you can navigate through different topics about heritage, um, and you can go through several layers to understand more about each item, and it is a multimedia
Mhm.
program,
Mhm.
with videos and panoramic scenes and 360 also panoramic. It's a huge
Yeah, it's
program
very
with
exciting.
several items, yeah,
Yeah.
in it.
Mrs. Yasmin, how important is community participation in documenting the heritage?
Um, let's say that, for example, the intangible heritage, you cannot be far from the community of the people, the craftsmen, for
Mm.
example.
Mhm.
I have here an example for the books already published about the tradition, crafts, and professions,
Mhm.
for documenting the intangible heritage.
Mm.
All of the stuff in the book
Mhm.
were really from the craftsmen in the field.
Mhm.
All the data was collected from them,
Mhm.
and it was, step by step how to create the object in their hand. And we, for example, let me tell you one of these elements we added in this book. It was about the jewelry, the
Mhm.
the copper and silver and gold, and for example, for the people who made the lantern,
Mhm.
Fanus Ramadan,
Yes.
okay, and so on and so on.
Ah, this is very interesting.
Yeah, this one of the examples of our work with the community for the
Yeah.
film.
Mrs. Yasmin, tell me more about the collaboration between CultNet and organizations like UNESCO and so on.
CaltNet already cooperate with UNESCO in the project, in one of the projects in the National Museum of
Mhm.
Egyptian Civilization.
Mhm.
CaltNet produced for the first time the 3D animated movies
Mhm.
displayed on tablets inside the showcases of the museum,
Mhm.
giving the visitors a real experience of each tool or material, that how can it be used, etc. And and maybe one of these examples were the measurement tools, the clepsydra, the processes, and so on.
Yeah. Well, Miss Yasmin, how do the digital tools help in protecting the heritage sites so far?
While documenting the Christian Coptic churches in Egypt, here it's one of our projects is to document Coptic sites, and in the revolution specifically, one of the churches that had been destroyed in Sol Atfih, we had the documentation of the photographic documentation from the church inside, the whole interior design of this church.
Yeah.
So we already gave it to the army, and they were responsible to restore and to rebuild the church as it was in the first one.
Yeah. Mrs. Yasmin, why is documentation just as important as preservation when it comes to heritage?
The first step is the documentation.
Yes.
It's you have to make your research and try to collect all your data and to make all your effort, to put all your effort towards all the the consultants and experts in the whole fields around the whether it's a building or it's a tangible or intangible heritage, but you have to have all your materials in your hand. So documentation is the first step.
Yes.
And then this help in the preservation and in restoration and so on. And
talking about CultNet, Mrs. Yasmin, do you have here workshops or for new generations to know more about preserving our heritage?
Yes, we do have these workshops in CultNet, and we are interested more for the youth people, and we are doing several workshops for through the cultural program in summer in Cairo and in Alexandria, in Biblioteca Alexandrina there, just to make the fun to learn, as the slogan of the project manager of the program.
Yeah.
It is to make the youth, whether also with special skills, to engage them in these workshops too.
Yeah. And Mrs. Yasmin, are there any standout digital platforms or database developed by the center that the public can access?
We do have several databases on websites. Some of them is the Islamic scientists, the Islamic Cairo, the archaeological map, archive of Salim Hassan, and several, and also in natural heritage we have the Orman Botanical Garden and the zoo.
The zoo?
Yeah.
Tell us more about this project.
It's all about the animals and
renewing
birds.
The zoo in Giza?
Yeah.
Do you participate in this?
Here, CultNet, yes, we document all.
This is very interesting because
the birds,
this is our history
and the trees too, the plants.
Our childhood memories.
And using also for the trees and plants, we do the same as we did in the Orman Botanical Garden, the geographical information system. Each tree in there on the map, it's located exactly in the garden.
Yeah. And what are the challenges facing you here in the center during your preservation process, Mrs. Yasmin?
The challenge is the quality of the data.
Yeah.
Okay. The people who work in the documentation and the experts in the fields and the consultants.
Yes.
And also about the timing, because we are all the time in a race.
Yeah.
We have a lot in our databases. We have a lot of information, and we want to display and to present them in all the channels to be
accessed by anyone.
By everyone.
Yeah.
Whether Egyptian or Arabic
foreigner.
people and foreigners.
Yeah. Well, Mrs. Yasmin Maher, the manager of programs at CultNet Center, thank you very much for joining us today in Nile Cruise.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's an honor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, a short break. I'll be right back.